Good question. Should men do politics? Hey, we just had an election. All right, Jeff. Did you know
Mhm.
that?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yeah, we just
midterms.
we just had one. And what's your take on it so far, brother?
Oh
How'd it go?
man.
How'd it go for you?
Oh, it went swimmingly for me.
I don't know exactly what to expect when you just have two major parties,
Hmm.
and we didn't raise either of them. So
Yeah.
They tried to play us, but we made the game.
PDE,
Offend these haters, turn their shade to shame.
believe you me.
Stick with the name that pays. Big Daddy everything. And they thought I was dumb to rap, but how dumb is that when I'm the running back? Gut punch you in front of you at eye level, see if you gon' stomach that. It's food for thought, but we don't feed them hoes, we don't need them hoes. Eloquent, Big Daddy elephant, just in they element. Intelligence, telling men something they can tell a friend. And
for the most part, I try to stay out of all that. You know what I'm saying? Politics. I say, so what?
Yeah.
I just say, who cares?
Nah, whatever.
You know, when I got to that place, brother, when George W, not HW, but W, just the W, no H. When he went from being governor to being the president of the United States, I said, bah humbug. Doesn't matter anyway. The reason I didn't like that was he's from Houston, brother, Texas.
Yeah.
But the reason I didn't like it is because of his very, very, very strict rules for Texans when he was a governor. And then Governor Rick Perry took over. Not much difference. So now I got Governor Rick Perry and I got President Bush. And I just didn't like their policies against what I where I found myself into. Many hola amigos. And
G E E E E E E E E E E.
I like I like the register you went there, brother. That was
Yeah.
pretty creative.
Yeah, she sent it all chopped and screwed, so we had to kind of throw it in a little.
Got you. What's up, Manny? How you? Are you quite the politician? You into politics? What are some things that you're not supposed to talk about at work, brother? Isn't it like religion, politics, and what else?
Yeah, I think those are the two: religion and politics.
Oh, religion and politics.
Is there a third? I think
I
there might be a third.
thought there was one more.
Yeah, maybe
Race,
race. That's it. Yeah, I was gonna
religion,
say
and
faith because of
race.
the A, but that's
No,
religion.
that's
So,
religion, right? Religion, race, politics.
well.
I hate politics. Why? Why do you hate them? Why do you hate police? Why'd you just say F the police?
Do they tick you off? Is that what's going on?
Love religion.
Okay.
What about race?
How do you feel about race? Do you hate it also, or do you love it?
Are you a racialist? Hey, brother. I was I was I was watching Ali G. Did you ever watch any of
Ology. Yeah. I remember ology.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he accused this dude of being a racialist.
A racialist. That's
Uh
funny.
I hate the popos. Manny.
Word.
Hey.
Uh,
Love race. Cool.
yeah, yeah.
Jeff found out there's no such thing as race.
It's not. It's totally made up.
Something I used to share a lot as well. Like, there's no. You can't say black, white, and then expect for anybody to take that serious.
Yeah.
Black is not a race. White is not a race.
No, it's not. Really, Jeff? Really, Jeff? Really? I had a drill instructor, when he caught you doing something, he would say, "Really? Really?" He would yell it at you in your face.
All right, Jeff, you want to
Elaborate.
elaborate on how race is not real?
Yeah. So in 1734, it's the first time race comes up in a book. I forget the name of it, but you can look it up. I think it's something about race. The word race is in that book, but they were creating a taxonomy of sorts, which is how a classification system for race, and that's when race was implemented into education. And initially there was 4 of them, and they did this as an attempt to classify human beings into 4 different groups or races of people. And they decided that there was white, black, and then there was 2 others that they put in there. I think it was Asian and something else. And then they described how to know the difference for each race. The white race came out on top in that description, and it was totally made up. And so since then, we've been building on this, and now there's a bunch of races. If you look at the so-called Hispanic or Latino people, we are not a race, and there's at least a third of us are the population of the world. And we are not. We have an entire continent, actually, of us. There's a whole continent of us.
But
About the size of Africa almost. Kind of looks like it a little bit even. And we're not a race of people.
the only reason they can't make you a race is because then you got to be with them, because they would never let y'all be with the blacks, because then it's too many people.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
understand?
Well, a lot of us are called white in race, right? It'll say like if you look at the census, it'll say white, black, Asian, or whatever the races are, and then the next section is ethnicity, and that's where Hispanic, Latino is found. So
Yeah.
it's
Race.
made up race.
All right. So she gave you one of these faces. She's trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Is that one of those?
Non-Pacific Islander Indian.
Yeah, it's pretty specific to be non-Pacific.
So wait. So non-Pacific Islander Indian. So it can't be on the Pacific side. You got to be on the west side. I mean, West Indian side, like the east of America.
Yeah, like it's like, are you a native? It's like, well, yeah, okay. Are you Guamanian? Well, no. Oh, okay. So you're a non-Pacific Islander Indian. Are you Samoan? Is Samoan Pacific? It is, right?
Yeah, that's the Pacific.
No.
Non-Pacific Islander Indian. Oh, okay, so the Pacific Islands is close to India.
Pacific.
I don't know, man.
Nah, it's like on the way to Asia. If you want to go the long way, or I guess the shorter way.
That's the shorter way. But I knew some guys from what were they from? Big old guys, brother.
Samoans?
No, sir. The next one. Oh man, I can't think of them now. Togo. Was it Togo?
Togo?
No. I don't remember. Look who's here. All right, let's try this one. Hey, solar. I like it. That's nice. All right.
That's cool.
And
Jeffrey.
yes.
Kind of missed the note on that one. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to ruin your music, Ronnie.
Or Native Americans. Correct. You are not. Jeff is what? Not white?
Not white
Listen.
or not a race at all.
My grandpa had Native American, Filipino, Mexican.
Yeah.
I can see that. Call my nephew and my niece as my kids. We all have Asian eyes, and guess I because of the Filipino. You know what, Bonnie? I guess you're right. Yeah, Debbie too. Not so much Esperanza, but yeah, you and Debbie. Yeah, I can see it. A race. Okay, you're not a race, Jeff. All right.
Nope, not a race.
All right. So those are three things that people usually don't want to talk about: is religion. Jeff, have we ever done that on here?
I believe we have maybe slightly.
Okay. Okay, one strike. Have we ever talked about politics on here?
I think we have. Yeah.
Two strikes. And then have we ever talked about race?
Just did. So
Three
Yeah.
strikes.
yeah,
So we'll probably talk about anything then, huh?
pretty much. Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the gritty and see what if as a man. Obviously, I'm just a man, and I can't control anybody's political ideology. A man can't do that, Jeff. A man can't change another man's way of looking at what's important.
No.
So I'm not going to attempt to. We have talked about them all. Three strikes, you're out. And then we also talk about sex. We've talked about sex and stuff like that. So that cancels out at least one of those strikes. All right. I don't know why people don't want to talk about that. It's okay to be disagreeable, Jeff.
It is. Yeah. Like you don't have to agree to disagree.
No one ever has to agree to disagree.
You can say, no, I don't agree with it. And then they say, well, I agree to disagree. And I say, no, I disagree to disagree. I don't agree. But then you can continue to just do stuff. And it's all good. You don't have to do anything about the disagreement.
Yeah, it's okay, man. If it's like polarizing views. We got to work together.
Yeah.
But you think that all people that have my last name stink.
Yeah.
And then you don't want to say it to me. Because if you say it, then it's going to cause workroom imbalance and people won't be able to get along. Why would I want to get along with somebody that thinks these things? Even though I don't mind, I mean, it's all good, but why would you hide it just so we can get along? If somebody says, I really, really like this candidate, and then somebody else can't believe that you would support such a person when all he ever does is, whatever the news station says. Brother, hiding it does that make a better workplace by hiding? Hey, you can't talk about
No. Shouldn't we air this thing out?
Because
shouldn't we just go ahead and get it out the way so we know who's who around here?
We need to do that because whoever does actually win the election, it's going to affect somebody. It's going to affect both of us, actually.
It is, yeah.
So you might as well get it out. Religion, people don't want to talk about religion because, again, people can take that very offensive. You're talking about what I believe in and told me that I was stupid for believing it. And now I felt like that was disrespect, and unless we fight, the workplace will never be the same. And then obviously race. If you say that George Floyd had been doing drugs prior to that, then you could be a racist. You can be called. If you don't have my, I could say it. I could say it. And go home and come back the next day and still have my job.
Yes, sir.
But I don't. That's such a hot topic. I don't think you could say it, Jeff, and then still come back the next day.
No, even if I had a name tag that said Jeff Rodriguez, it's still or just J. Rodriguez.
Yeah,
it can't be a Jeff because then it's like, well, he's still half and half, maybe.
Right.
J. Rodriguez. I'm still out of there, bro.
Yeah, you can't speak on that. Well, you should be able to speak about anything anyway. But get into the politics. If a man says, "I want to participate in the political progress of the United States of America.
Hmm.
And so I'm going to go. I'm going to go partake in the election process. I've looked at the candidates, and this is what I want to go with. Where should a man be pulling from? A man now. I know women. It's different for y'all. Not every woman, but for the most part, it's different for y'all. But for a male brother, what would you support a candidate that has to do with your everyday life? That has something to do with your everyday life?
Like
You
in a
think?
good way.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah. Like, let's say it could be so one affects it in a very positive way. One the other one would not.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a priority or something that you need to know?
Yes. Yeah. If my day-to-day life is going to be affected by whatever policies or whatever this guy's talking about or these candidates are talking about, then yeah, I need to know what it is.
Gotcha.
And whatever, not what it is like as soon as they start, but like what are the ramifications? Like what are the consequences of what they're talking about as well?
Got you. I don't see any unless it's about family and protection or children. You saying you don't talk about it? This is my father-in-law, Jeff.
Okay.
Meet my
What's going
father-in-law,
on,
man,
man?
for the first time.
How's it going, sir?
There you go.
All right.
He's can you tell the name is similar to Ray
Yeah.
Torrey? There you go.
Yeah, I thought Ray Torrey just changed her profile pic. It's a R.A. and then a Hogan.
Right, yeah. How you doing, sir? Hope all is well. He usually hops on here kind of late, and he's just shaking his head because of some of the things we talk about.
Word.
Uh,
Definitely shake head worthy.
yeah, we're just getting it out. We're just getting it out, Mr. Hogan. It's just the things that got to be talked about. But as far as politics is concerned, if it is going to affect your everyday life, it's probably something that you should look at. What if I don't know, Jeff? What if it affects the way that you make money? Who are you going to vote for?
Yeah, the guy that allows me to make money or whatever.
Just as a man, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to vote for the person that's going to impede on my ability to make money.
But what if we give you money too?
No, I don't want to be given any money. No thanks.
We'll send it right now. What's your account?
I don't want it. I'm not voting for you.
Well, just wanted to let you know that we care about your community.
No, you don't. If you're going to give us money, you don't. You hate us. Nope, we don't want your money. If you give it to us, you hate us.
Well, I figured you would say that, so I'll just send it to some leaders, some community leaders. And if you go to any of those parks or anything like that, then that means you accepted it.
All right. Well, you haven't been voted for yet, so I don't even know why you have access to the money.
Did you want to take a picture with me or?
No, thanks. I don't.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so that's one thing. What do men have to do? They gotta provide. So if they're messing with your provision, probably something you should look at. Hey Jeff, lately, man, there's been like this thing of where the way a man protects his house is starting to change. Is that have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, a lot of people keep talking about it. A lot of the politicians are bringing it up. There's in some places, like different states, there's like totally different rules with home protection. It's kind of like, yeah, it's on the fence here.
Excuse me. Well, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Do you have a problem with just not protecting your family a little bit? If you just leave it to us?
Yeah, I have a problem with that. Sure, yeah, for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Well,
Thanks for asking.
We should be able to do just fine. We'll take care of them. We'll protect them.
Yeah, no thanks. I got it.
Just call us. We'll be right over.
No, I don't want to call you guys.
Okay, but at least can I count on you for my vote?
No, actually, can't.
but we sent you fruit.
Thank you. So
Okay. So that's two things. One's you're affecting the way that I provide for my family. The second, you are coming in the way from getting in the way of how I protect my family. What else does a man do? He protects. He provides. What else does he do?
He builds.
He builds.
Yeah.
Okay, he builds. He leads. Let's try lead and teach. Right, he leads. He teaches. Well, I really hope I can get your vote. I was just telling people about how far we've come from slavery.
Why are you talking about slavery?
Oh, everybody wants to be educated, and since the civil rights, we're on the right side of history since.
Wait a minute. You just saying those words.
I'm not, but I haven't had a dream.
Right, that's not what you did there.
So everybody just follow us. You see how much we care about all of you?
No, I don't see it.
We give y'all free lunch if we want it. You don't always take it, but if you ever wanted it, yes, you could have some.
That's why everything's so expensive. Hey, we're supposed to be using that money for the roads. There's
no. Okay, so I'll just be going.
Hey, somebody stop that guy.
It's pretty simple, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about politics, and I should be able to lead my household the way I see fit.
Right.
Give them history lessons from what I was able to research on my own. I should be able to protect my family in the best way possible. Probably similar to the way you protect the country. I should be able to have that.
Yeah, I mean, we are kind of the country. Without us, there is no country.
Exactly.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And then lastly, I should be able to dictate how much money I'm going to make by the way I work.
Yeah.
And you should have no say-so in that.
Yeah.
Trip him with your
trip him with your foot.
Oh man, he got away. Brother, did you ever play the game of like bending, like getting on all fours, and then somebody's like, and then they push them over?
Yeah, they fall backwards because your boy's bent over behind them.
Oh man, yeah. I never seen that done in real life, but what a setup that is, brother! Because they do it in front of people, and everybody's watching it as it's about to happen.
Yeah. I can't imagine it ever being good though, man. Because your head's like going to the floor, man. That can't be. That's horribly dangerous, brother.
And then the people that's watching it unfold, why do they laugh after it happens? They saw the whole thing happening.
It could have happened to them too. They might be next.
People, man.
Oh. People enjoy watching the demise of others, I suppose.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it, brother. As a man, I can understand. Listen, I can understand the points that are made, but those points aren't made for men. They're making that for women. When they say this person doesn't care about your people, they're not talking to men when they say that. If they say, give me some offensive things. Oh, this guy said, just grab him by the, you know what?
Yeah.
They're not talking to men to try to sway the way that you're going to vote. They're talking.
Yeah, when the crowd that heard that when they all gasped in unbelief,
right?
It was a higher decibel of gasping.
That's right. It was just a female
It
gas.
was all female gasping because men don't really. We're not really affected by these things.
Yeah, absolutely. A man should be looking after what it takes to be a man. If anything is being impeded on your manhood, then you should make sure that those people, as much as you can, those people don't take office. Beto O'Rourke,
Yeah,
that's his name. I can tell that he's probably never even been in a fist fight before,
yeah, I agree.
much less having to get it how he lives
Yeah, no,
and shooting first and hit him up and all the Tupac songs. He's not of that ilk.
no.
And you know what he would do to protect himself, brother? All the drastic measures. He's not going to do what it takes to protect himself.
Right.
Yeah, people who've never been in a fight before, brother, they don't know how bad it feels to lose. So all they're going to do is do everything in their power to make sure that they don't lose. And great wickedness comes with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was mean of me. No, it's on there. It's already there.
Yeah, and that was the guy that was stealing our money. So he gets tripped.
And you did say with your foot, not your torso. You didn't say get on all fours and use your torso to trip. So a foot trip is not that dangerous, right, Jeff?
No, it's not that bad. We're just not done asking them questions. I'm not done asking you questions, dude.
That's true. And if you try to sweep your foot, then that's easy to jump over. People jump over sweeping feet. If I see a foot sweeping towards me, I'm just gonna jump over it. And then I have to fight you. I have to fight you.
Yeah. You lost your momentum to do the jump, so now you gotta tear. Yeah, I would encourage guys. The word politic, it means citizen. That's where it comes from. It comes from the word citizen.
Okay.
So when people take the attitude of not getting involved in politics, they're saying that they're not wanting to be citizens, which is fine. The contrary to that for the Romans was idiot. Then you're smart, Solo.
Appreciate you, man. It was a fighter.
Yeah, see, Vito wouldn't have done that. He would have just tripped.
Yeah. So you're saying that the politics means citizen?
Means citizen, yeah. And the conversing side of that was idiot to the Romans. And this didn't mean what we think it means now. Now we say idiot, we mean dumb or stupid, something like that. When they said it, they meant a private person or someone that's uninvolved. And to them, this was a bad thing. If you're here and you're uninvolved, then you suck.
You have your own ideas.
You have your own ideas. Yeah. You probably don't pay your taxes and you're not pitching in like the rest of us. And
you're an idiot.
You're an idiot. Idiota is what they would have said.
Idiota. I've heard that before.
Yeah. And so so a citizen is somebody that is involved in the governing of their land.
So should men be involved with that, brother? And I understand the way the political system looks now and the political climate looks now, but 400 years ago, would you say that men needed to be a part of that?
Yes and no.
Tell me why no first.
No, because there's a lot that you need to be doing that has nothing to do with this. And there's a lot of work to do for men, a lot. Okay. And if you have your own stuff that you need to take care of, there's even more work. And so, right? And so like whatever you're building, whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter what the nation you live in is trying to do. But then it will matter one day, and that's when you need to be involved.
Okay, so what if just a quick question, what if some scumbag was going to be the leader of everybody, whatever, and they start voting because they're all his family members. And now he's about to win because nobody else voted and only his family members voted, and that guy is gonna win right now.
Yeah, you got to get out there, man. You got to get out there.
So if it's a concern to you, right?
Yeah.
Then a man should be able to figure out which side he's on.
Yeah, and to do this effectively, you need to be aware constantly. of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Right? Because imagine you're just living on your farm, working your fields, and someone comes running up and says, "Quick, they're about to vote a tyrant in." You're going to say, "What? What are you
Yeah.
talking about? You have no idea who the last president was."
They throw down your shoveling hoe and start working.
Yeah. Jeremiah, give me my musket. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you going to do? You don't know what's going on. So you need to be aware of what's going on. You need to understand true form governing,
Yes.
which means what the governing body is actually, not what people say it is. And then get involved when necessary. Outside of that, there's no reason to argue with people that aren't governing bodies.
Right.
Like, your neighbor isn't actually going to become Beto's assistant. So don't argue with him.
Well, you never know.
You know,
Somebody's neighbor is Beto's assistant.
that's yeah. But
Somebody's neighbor.
That's true. Yeah. So if he is, then yes, argue with that guy.
Now, this is good, brother. Short and sweet. If a man's going to consider politics, he needs to consider the things that will hinder him being a man or get in the way of his service to whomever there is.
Mm-hmm.
And let him not weigh too much. Just make the decision. Women, I guess y'all are the equalizer, because the way that our society goes, if you are not with it, if you're not going along with it, if you don't like it, then great destruction has happened behind that. So I guess you got to be with it. You got to pay attention, and you got to voice your stance. But please just listen, though, also, because your husband will say something, or that man of your household will say something, and there's a lot of logic in what he's saying. And he's also telling you, if we go your way, if I'm making $90,000 a year now, next year I will have to make $60,000 because you voted for somebody that you thought made a good point. So there's a lot to talk about, obviously, for women, but for men, that's it, man. Those three things. Is it going to affect the way you protect yourself? Is it going to affect the way that you provide for you and your family? Is it going to affect, I got one more question.
The way you lead.
Right, the way you lead. For the ladies, yeah, I'm sorry, man. The ladies have many things that they look at, and they might like somebody this year and then not like them next year. So usually women couldn't vote,
Yeah.
and then they started going outside without bras, right?
Yeah.
Is that the timetable? Is that how it went?
They took their bras off during the winter, and then the guys were like, "Hey, all right, what are they saying?" Nah, can I real quick? Interesting fact about that: the majority of women during that time were asked if they wanted to vote, and they said no. Most women in the country didn't want to vote.
They didn't want.
It was men that did it. And Sola left me here by myself. Let's see if he comes back, y'all. Yeah, it was men. The men that were in position to make that change, they're the ones that did it. Most women didn't even want it.
Sorry, guys. I left. Now I'm back. When was this? Yeah, I missed this time. Yeah.
Stirring up women's suffrage and all that jazz.
Women's suffrage, absolutely. Usually, the man in the house would just vote for the family because everybody was on the same stuff in the family, like whatever family you were in. But
yeah, there was a lot more involved in voting. You had to be like a landowner at one point, so it wasn't just voting; it was all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
good thing. I guess that's over with.